Hey guys, I've gotten some questions on how to get your horse in the trailer if they are a little bit anxious about it, had some issues in the past. This mare definitely does not like to be loaded in the trailer. So I'm going to show you a couple tips that I've used that has seemed to help them calmly get in, because it can easily get to a fight and then the horse will shut down. So what you want to do is keep everything pretty calm. Always allow enough time to play with this, because it's always when you're in a hurry that they don't want to get in. And you need that time to let them kind of assess the situation and understand it, for them to walk in on their own decision instead of being ultimately forced. So for this one, I have a rope halter on her. I like the pull pressure, because what I use is a technique of pressure and lead up. So her decision to lead up to that pressure, and then I soften, so that she learns when she comes towards me, there is relief to the pressure. So it's very helpful to have a rope halter. Always have gloves on, because they may do some crazy moves on you and you don't want to get a rope burn. So I have my trailer pretty much opened up all the way as wide as possible. It's a straight load, 2-horse, and it has the side ramp. So right now I'm just gonna walk her in all the way through that she comes out the side ramp, and I'm just gonna do that a few times until she gets comfortable going in and out without feeling like she's restricted yet. So that's my first goal. I always like to have some treats on hand. So I have a bag of carrots sitting right here. I also like to have a long rope that I can tie, hook to one side of the trailer, and then if you have a second person, which is always smart to have, they can come around with the rope tail side, just to kind of give that little bit of closing in effect, and they tend to move forward off of just that. So it's just getting the horse used to going in without a lot of bullying, or getting to that place that it's hard to come back from. So I also have a dressage whip here, so I can give her a couple encouraging taps as she gets closer to that lead up. And it's all about timing. When they're about to move is when you give them light tap, but you don't want to just start tapping and create this anxiety for nothing. So it's all about timing. So just keep that in mind. You need to take your time with this, and then sure enough, they get in a few times, it's not a big deal anymore. So I'm going to start walking her through and just helping her through that process. Okay, so I got her in, and I just took my time, letting her take one step at a time, giving her a couple taps on the side, but then the second she'd move a little bit towards me, I'd back off, because she brought her own anxiety to the situation that I don't want to add to it. So I just would move her shoulders a little left, a little right, and kind of unlock her shoulders so she can take that step up and just stop and be comfortable. Sure enough. So after a minute of doing that, and just letting her take a few steps, she'd back out. I'd ask her to come back up. I just waited until she made that decision to walk in, and then I just sat in there for a good 5 minutes, rubbing her neck, giving her some carrots, letting her chill out in there before I took her out, and then I did it again. So now, tomorrow it should go much quicker, and if I'm not going anywhere, right, I'm just getting her in the trailer, taking her out, and she realizes that, I think it's going to drop that fear of loading. So horses like her just need that extra time out here to chill and realize she's not being attacked or anything. She just needs to assess the situation. So I'm just standing out here letting her kind of chill, graze on some grass, and then I'm going to load her again. So here we go. This is the third time now, and that was pretty quick. So I'm just gonna sit here and wait and let her just calm down in here, because she's a little shaky. She's definitely nervous. then I'm gonna slowly back out because that's also something necessary, is take your time getting her out so she doesn't think she's fleeing the scene. Good girl. That's a good girl. Yeah. Hey, I know you had a lot of carrots. All right, so we're gonna do it again. Give her a little treat for that one. Make this as pleasant as possible. Good girl. Yes, that's a good girl. Good. That's it. So I'm just gonna stand here for a while because she needs to learn that she's not in a rush and that this is not a scary place that she needs to panic. Just rub their neck, stay very calm and quiet. Good girl. That's a good girl. So what really helped her is she kept stopping her hind feet way out behind. So if I walked her a little sideways on the ramp, it made her move her front legs and unlock those, which created movement in the hind. And then I do it to the right and to the left and not actually ask for in yet, just ask for movement till she realized there wasn't a threat there. She could move her feet. A lot of it was created in her own head. So I just really took my time. Like I said, you want lots of time. This rope halter, use it to get them in, but then switch them out. I don't feel like it's quite safe to keep them trailered with this tied in case something were to happen. It's not going to break like you would have a breakaway halter. So through the windows, switch your horse or up front back into like a leather or breakaway halter. And look, she even now wants to just kind of load herself. So we'll do it again, but we're just chilling. We're just hanging at the trailer. This is how you get a horse in the trailer that's very guarded, nervous, maybe has never done it. There's just so many reasons why a horse would not want to get into the trailer. It takes one bad situation, and it takes one situation where the person is very aggressive coming at them and forcing, and that just causes that horse to go into that shut down mode. And that's where she came to the trailer, is already shut down and guarded. So I really need to gain her trust by taking a couple steps. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, good. Backing them out. And that's all I'm gonna do today. She went in a good 5 or 6 times. Oh, and we're choking on carrots. You okay, girl? So take your time, do it again tomorrow. Leave the trailer hooked up. Just make it easy and not a big deal. Don't take her off the property. Do it right there for a few days in a row. But sure enough, it's not gonna be an issue. So I hope that helps. Go ahead and ask me questions. Have anything specifically that your horse is doing by not wanting to get in the trailer? For me today, I didn't even have a second person, nobody behind with a whip or coming around with the rope. But those are some extras you can do if the horse just refuses to let up. But I have had a lot of luck with just giving the horse time to assess. And then that lead up pressure, oh, look at that. She wants to go herself. That lead up pressure to the release to the weight. And then the lead up pressure with a little encouragement, they'll pull a little bit, then they'll come forward, you release, and then they'll walk forward. So inch by inch, get them in the trailer, and then it's not a big deal. Hope that helped. Good luck.